Montrezl Harrell, welcome to Philly.
Thank you, thank you.
How have the first few days here been for you?
It's been good. It's been working out, actually, coming in here, just playing pickup with the guys and just, getting really acclimated with the city, really just moving around, just driving around here and there, just really trying to figure it all out, really.
For folks that haven't watched you play a ton, what should they know about your game?
Just a guy that plays extremely hard, man. A lot of passion, leave it all on the floor, man. I'm not, one of those guys that, really needs the ball or anything. It just more so finds me. Like, I just try to play the right way because, 9 times out of 10, you play the right way, you reap the benefits off of it. So simple as that.
You're reuniting with Doc Rivers here after some solid years in LA. What's it going to be like to play for him once again?
It's going to be great, honestly. Doc was the first person to actually give me my opportunity in this league, so it's a blessing. And it's just crazy how things work for us to actually just be, like you said, reuniting back together. Him, Sam, a lot of these guys on the coaching staff that, are around here are familiar faces, really. So, it feels good, actually, to, going into year 8 in my career to actually be walking around and, seeing some familiar faces in the coaching staff.
Speaking of familiar faces, not teammates but opponents, you've had some great battles against Joel Embiid. What makes him different among big men?
His will to, continue wanting to get better. His want to, really his knack to want to be that best big man. He hears from both sides of criticism. People, telling him the things that he does well. And he all takes it with a grain of salt, and he continues to work and get better. You can't do nothing but admire somebody like that. But when you're playing against him, it's going to bring out that, those flares, those tempers, and that's all it is. It's a good competitive spirit. But I definitely am ready to get around him and actually see, how he approaches the game and how he comes into, each day to day, and actually being around him, seeing how he works and attacks and approaches the game, really being in that space, really.
I know it's only been a few days, but you guys have had a few opportunities to run together. What's the early vibe like? How would you describe the chemistry of the group?
We got a really good team, man. We have a really good team in a lot of solid areas that, we're going to shock a lot of people in. I don't think that they're going to be ready for a lot of different things that we're going to be able to do, both offensively and defensively. And like I said, I'm just ready to get out there and just figure out, the different roles that we all have as teammates. But we know it's all ultimately on one goal, and that's trying to win the championship and bring a championship to Philly in this organization.
One of your fellow new players this year is PJ Tucker, who you've also shared some battles with. What makes him a special addition to a team like this?
Because he's a guy that guards multiple positions. He brings a lot of different variety of things to the floor, veteran experience, and it's a lot of different things that you can actually convert over into the game. And he's been around on a lot of different teams, and he's been around in a winning culture for a very long amount of years. Man, look at his resume. Houston, he was around the winning culture there. He's went on to win one with Milwaukee. He was in there with Miami that was in that, position to be able to go on and win one. So it's just been around winning culture. So it's definitely something he's going to bring it to our locker room, along with his veteran experience and the many different teams that he's actually played for. So
you mentioned going into year 8, correct? What's important to you? What's motivating you as a player going into this season?
For one, that I'm just blessed to still be able to do it, honestly. I'm still blessed to be able to come into a situation where an organization wanted me over the summer, going through what I went through, and I'm just blessed to, be here. It's just, I'm blessed to be able to play the game of basketball. I can't ask for nothing more. I wake up every day, lace up my shoes, and play a game that I love, and, get to go home and provide for my family. That's all I look to do in my life. That's all I'm, trying to do.
Off the court, you have a lot of creative interests for folks that don't know, whether it's sneakers or fashion or your podcast. Why are those creative pursuits important when you balance out your whole life?
Really, it's just opened a lot of opportunities, not only for me, but for the people that are around me. My podcast is more so, sitting around my 2 best friends that I grew up with, and it's more so just trying to give them their light and basically tell our stories from a lot of different angles that, not only that I just said from, but 2 people that I actually grew up from and actually known me since I was 14. My sneaker store is something that I actually was been talked about for a long amount of years, man. Coming into this league, I've always been a big fan of sneakers. I've always been in that conversation with, sneaker king of the court, along with my teammate PJ. So it's just something that I've been passionate about for a long amount of time, and I was just blessed to be able to, do it this past year. My daycare, family ties. My aunt worked there when I was in high school, and going back home over the years, I seen it had kind of closed down, so I ended up buying it and reopening, and I think we're like top 5 in North Carolina as far as daycares. I have a gym in my hometown, somewhere that kids can come and actually train and actually set up times for trainers to get the work in, whether it's strength and conditioning, basketball-wise. We also do track and field, many different aspects that around my area that kids don't really have the opportunity to be able to see or be able to be around to have the chance to do. So just giving back to the community in general. So it's a lot of different things that I'm into, honestly. I got real estate in South Carolina. I got an Airbnb down there, so.
Does that make you extra excited to go to South Carolina for training camp?
No, because my Airbnb is not in Charleston, it's in Myrtle Beach, so I still won't be able to go and see it. But, I wouldn't be able to get into it anyway. It's booked, like, literally nonstop throughout.
Business is booming.
So I can't be mad at it. I'm not mad at it. And the craziest thing is I've had it for maybe like over a year and a half, and I haven't been to it once. But my brother has been down there like twice, so.
Amazing.
It is what it is.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing all that, because I missed a few. So thank you for correcting me, putting me in my place.
You good. You good. I'm a businessman off the court. I'm like I said, I'm blessed to be able to play the game of basketball. I love playing this game. It's blessed me in a lot of different financial aspects. But I don't like to just sit on my money. I want to take it and actually do something for me, because I have 2 kids. I have younger brothers, and like I said, my podcast for my best friends. Like I want to be able to give back not only to my community but to the ones that have been in this ride with me for a long time. My younger brother works in my shoe store, so.
What's success if you can't share it with the people you
love? It's nothing
really.
I can't take it to the grave with me.
My last question for you: when you look back at the beginning of your career, what's one thing you wish you knew when you started your life in the NBA?
Definitely coming throughout the game, and being in the game for about 8 years now. Like I said, it's a lot of different situations that you're going to be placed in. There's a lot of different situations that you're going to go through, and you just got to know how to handle each one of them. I've been through many different ones myself. Ups, downs. It's going to happen. Some things I wish I could take away. Some things I wouldn't change at all. But at the end of the day, just knowing that there are going to be a lot of different situations that you're going to be placed in, and they're not going to be, as comfortable as you may want them to be or as you may think. But just know that they're going to come.
Thank you for your wisdom, Montrez. Great catching up, and good luck this year.
Thank you.